Hello everybody, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. It's me, DIGI Driver. Today is Sunday, October the 20th, 2024, and it's absolutely insane that it's past mid-October already and we are screaming towards the end of the month and literally towards the holiday season. But to be perfectly honest with you, the holiday season started for us back after Labor Day. So, we're starting to hit our prime time now. And honestly, I think like most people get to like Thanksgiving and they're like, oh yeah, Thanksgiving dinner is over. Now we can really get to Christmas. For me, like Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving is like practically almost just a teensy letdown. Because for me it's just like, oh, like now I joined the normals with regards to, Christmas time follies, as opposed to me being the weirdo right now and being like, Merry Christmas, hey, you guys are gonna decorate? Like that's weird. Yeah, I know. That's exactly who I am. That's who we are. I don't know exactly when we started doing that, but it must have been like 2 or 3 years ago, because I hello Eric Flight. Yes, I am a weirdo. And I'm not into Halloween at all. I can fast forward right past that and just enjoy Christmas decorations. But I have an afternoon outing, and before I do that, I'm gonna pick up in speaking of weird aircraft. I'm gonna pick up and do something that I did offline last night, and I had a good time doing it as well. So, in case you're not aware, and in case you haven't tried it, I flew something called the Dark Star, um, which is like a hypersonic, literal scramjet airplane, and literally this thing goes. I literally flew from JFK to Frankfurt in 45 minutes last. I'm sorry, not Frankfurt. JFK to London in 45 minutes, and it could have potentially been 35 minutes had I not overshot London Heathrow on the way down. So I'm gonna do a really fast flight today. Hmm? And my Mrs. Digi is here with me, and my very first officer is on my desk for quality assurance. So we're going to, I don't know, like I feel like, let me think. Well, let me figure out how much time it took. Let me figure out how much time it took to go from JFK to Heathrow, because I immediately forgot. And this was how long? He doesn't tell me how long the distance is? I thought I had this last night. Well, okay. So let's see. Direct. So what is that? You'd probably figure it's like a couple thousand miles, a couple thousand nautical miles. And we did it in about 45 minutes. So if we go from, say, I think I know what I'm going to do. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do Boston to Orlando and see how quickly that can get done. It should not be that long at all. And let's see, what's the weather at Boston Logan? Weather is winds 230 at 8. So I could theoretically do takeoff on runway 27, and I would definitely be able to make that work. That's 32. That's not 27. That's 27. Okay. And they're taking off to the east? That makes no sense. Winds 230 at 8. Okay, so the weather must be off because that's real world traffic. And how you must be up really high. Yeah, you are. So they're departing to the east. That makes no sense at all. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. So, Frontier flights taking off to the south. So, okay, all right, good enough then. We'll take off runway 14, and we will head from Boston to Orlando. And this will literally take somewhere in the vicinity of like 20 minutes. I'm not even joking. So let's see. The winds are 30 at 11, so we'll be landing to the north. We could land on one of these runways, 35 right or left. And I could pretend like the JetBlue hangar is like the, the drop-off point, which would make sense to me. And they are landing to the north, so that's fine. So that's good. And I am East USA. It's literally going to be a direct op, like one point to another. If you're going to join up, I'm flying the Dark Star, and I'm probably going to top up mid-flight. I'm going to try to cruise around 130 to 140,000 feet, because the higher up you go past that, the more the scramjets have difficulty maintaining speed or performance. But we should be okay. How long is this runway? It should be fine. It should be fine. This thing gets up to speed in like no time. I've got Bing Maps on for imagery. We're probably not going to be looking at, close details for very long. And then I might do a landing challenge or two, and then call it a day on stream. Hopefully everybody's doing okay. Weather was nice this weekend. All right, let's do real time. No one else here. And let's see. Let's get our lights. Let's get our lights on, because honestly, I'm just not going to care about other stuff right now. And there we go. Lights are on. I'll leave the scramjet flip switch available, and we will take off and literally hook to the right and then start heading down south. So, flight control surface is looking good. I think we're okay. All right. This beast, let's do it. Well, beast dem operation CCA, but you're gonna find out how fast this thing really moves. So strap in. You're gonna get pushed back in your seat significantly. Parking brake off. And military power afterburner. And that's it. Up it goes. Positive rate, you're up. Let's go, baby. Full afterburner. About a 2G pull. We're already almost at 5,000 feet. Bye-bye, Boston. See ya. Like a 60-degree turn. So, let's see. Right now it's about 3:20 in the afternoon. So, let's see if it takes about 20 minutes to get at least over Orlando. We'll keep a 20-degree climb, and we'll try to keep Mach 0.90 or faster. We want to get to about 30,000 feet at least before we nose over. Excuse me, go inverted. And if you think those afterburners are cool, stand by. So if I like go higher than 30,000 feet, that's not going to be a problem. In fact, I kind of like going higher than 30,000 feet because it gives me more room for error. And I'm going to, break immersion a teensy bit, make sure I'm fully fueled. And now I'm fully fueled. We're above 30,000 feet, and we're just below Mach 0.9 or 0. And now we should be okay. So, here we go. So my beacon lights are on, my lights are on. I'm ready to hit the scramjet button, and this is the go button for the, really go fast juice. So, let's go ahead and begin the process. First thing we do, go inverted. That's the first thing we do. Next thing we do is we roll over to about a negative 10 to 20 degree incline. And we weren't going that fast, which is kind of why we're all over the place right now. Also makes me happy that we waited till about 40,000 feet to begin the descent instead of 30. We want to be somewhere between Mach 1.5 to... because that was inverted, there we go. We want to be between Mach 1.5 to about Mach 2. We're not going to get to Mach 2 on this descent. As long as we get to Mach 1.5, we should be fine. Once we get to Mach 1.5, or close, we'll begin pulling 1.2 Gs, or once we hit the hard deck of about 20,000 feet. Alright, we're kind of racing the hard deck right now. Here we go. And Mach 1.5. Slow pull. And once I start pointing the nose back up, I will hit the go button. Scramjet's enabled. Go juices up. So, keep your eyes on that number as we climb back up. Scramjets are enabled, so I'm not sure why we're not going faster. I might have not activated it at the right time. Might have to do it just one more time, but hold on. Yeah, no, hold on. I think I missed my window. Hang on, guys. Alright, we will get some airspeed. We'll point our nose back down. I don't have to go inverted necessarily, but I do want to get this done. We need more power. But now, we're going to come down from about 50,000 feet. We might hit Mach 2, maybe even Mach 3. And if we can do that, then we should definitely be able to activate the scramjet engines. Once I go below 30,000 feet, I should be able to hit it one more time. Okay, Mach 2 achieved. I'm just focusing on altitude now. Alright, 30,000 feet, scramjet's enabled. And that's probably going to take care of us. Yep, there we go. Alright, hard pull. Here we go. Suck it in. Yeah, boy, strap in. Oh my word. We are literally scrambling up. So about 70,000 feet now. We're well over Mach 6. All right, we're gonna cruise past 110,000 feet. I can tell you right now. We're on our way to Mach 9.6. Don't necessarily care if we go too far over 130 to 140,000, but we definitely don't want to go higher than 150, 160. We're going to start bleeding, really starving the scramjet engines of what they need. I just realized I've been on mute for a while. There we go. Alright, so, basically a lot of dead air for a little while, bouncing back between screens. It's okay. I've been just remarking how quickly this thing gets from one place to another. It's utterly amazing. And literally, I'm not even kidding. We are, I think we're about to pass, Jacksonville? No, I think we passed it already. No, wait. I think yeah, that's Jacksonville over there. Okay. So, let's do this. I can see the entire isthmus. Well, not isthmus, but basically the entire thing of Orlando. So we're going to do this. We're going to cut the power. Nose down. And I think I can see Orlando International Airport over there. We're out of 100,000 feet. Yeah, there it is. There's the airport right there. We're landing to the north anyway, so that's okay. Going through flight level 650. We're Mach 4. Mach 3. And now we've got now I think our engine should kick on. Alright, we're 40,000 feet. There we go. We just came out of hypersonic speed, and we are now below 35,000 feet. So what I can probably do is continue descending, but basically go pretty much almost full idle. So about 320. Literally about 20 minutes, and we're here. It's utterly beyond me that, you know, you can do this kind of stuff in the sim. This is like This is basically about the third or fourth time I've flown this aircraft, and the second flight I've done in free flight mode that didn't involve the Dark Star mission from the Top Gun add-on. Now we're kind of just cruising to the airport nice and slow. So, you know, it's gonna take me more time, but honestly, I'm good. And my apologies for not not having my microphone on for like the first like major chunk, but this was absolutely a blast off. We're kind of approaching 250 knots. Give me a moment, stand by. One of my cats was getting into mischief. Okay. All right, so now, in theory, I can follow this thing, I can follow the line of traffic down to the runway. We're about 250 knots. Unlike the landing traffic, though, I'm going to keep my speed around 250, pretty much almost all the way down to the ground, and then we'll cut the throttles, and then let this thing land like the Navy beast that it is, and then pretty much wrap it.
Final approach checklist complete.
Hey, thanks for the resub, my friend. 44 months. This is absolutely nutty. Speaking of nutty, you joined me as I finish my approach into Orlando. We literally took off from Boston about 20 minutes ago, and then I proceeded to blast off into the, stratosphere, where I cruised at roughly, on average, Mach 8.3 or 8.5, and I muted myself for about half the flight, but honestly, considering half the flight was only like 5-10 minutes, that's not that bad. Hopefully you're having a great day, my friend. I am on approach to Orlando and enjoying the Dark Star. Let's get some altitude first. I don't want to be too low. Cruising at a leisurely Mach 0.85, just a quick trip down the coast. Come on. You know, right? Right? This plane is fun, honestly. I mean, one of these days we may have to get like a group Dark Star flight going, kind of like I keep talking about getting a group trucking convoy going. But I think the hardest part about the Dark Star is pretty much getting the scramjet activation coordinated. And to be honest, if you can just nose over into the scramjet activation instead of, like, rolling inverted and then pulling up, if you want to do it that way, that's great. It's cool. It looks funky, but you can just easily nose over and take care of business. Sunday stroll down to Florida from Massachusetts, from Boston. You know, just cuz. All right, 1,000 feet, gear down. And I can see the runway right in front of me. All right, let's see if I can land using the screen. This could end up pretty badly, or it could be fun. All right, so we're pretty much on the ball. All right, take that off. 400 some odd feet per minute for the descent. We can start nosing down. Right. Gently, gently. There we go, down. We really aero braked this thing down to the runway. And yeah, we were off center line, but we landed. Breakfast in London, lunch in Orlando, dinner in Seattle. Can you imagine? Can you literally imagine? This was like absolutely fantastic. Welcome to Orlando. Local time is roughly 3:45 p.m. And we literally went about as high as 160,000 feet on the SOP, and 160,000 plus. But basically, we got here in about 15 minutes. If I were to get really good at figuring out proper descent and like timing my descent properly and getting the nose pointed properly, we could probably shave another 5 minutes off the approach. If my timing was like really on the nose, we could make this a meme. We could seriously make this a meme. This was so cool. All right, and in honor of my every once in a while IRL trip down to Orlando, we're gonna park up at gate 53, I want to say, airside 3, one of my favorite places to touch down at. We'll southwest this a little bit. All right, don't go too fast, Tidge. This is fun. This was cool. This was actually pretty cool. Now, let me think. I do need to be somewhere in about an hour, so I think we might be able to squeeze one more flight out of here, but I don't I don't think it's gonna be in a Dark Star. Oh. I like doing this. I just don't want to do it like too much. I don't want to suck the bone marrow of like fun out of this thing, but I will say I definitely enjoy it. Future flight, wow. Wow. I mean, that's kind of what we were trying to do with like what the Starliner or whatever you want to call it. Well, not really. There was something else. There was something else that we were trying to do where we were actually trying to use the Starliner for it, or just trying to get to a place where it was going to be, like hypersonic edge of space flight, you know, LA to London in like an hour and a half or something like that, which is essentially what we did. Nice. And there we go. Utterly fantastic. I enjoyed that very much. And then somebody says, okay, do the return leg. I could probably do that legit right now. But let me just go ahead and check it with Mrs. Digi real fast, just in case there's anything else I have to do. Give me like a minute or two, and I'll be back in just a bit. Just stand by, chat. Hello, folks. I've returned. Welcome back. Uh, Hello, everybody. And I think I need to work on my commands for giving shoutouts and such, unfortunately. I'm still stuck in the 2000 teens because clearly I haven't done much with the commands on my stream. But club class, hello. It's going okay. We just did a hilariously fast flight from Boston to Orlando. Literally took, and I kid you not, it literally took about 20 minutes. Um, that's a little weird. Can you hear me better now? There we go. I hope this is fine. I know that I've got some AI helping me with noise and gating and things like that. Let me double check my volume and such. Hold on. I've pretty much got this thing. Oh, it sounds quiet. Okay, hold on. Okay, I mean, I'll talk deliberately and such. I'll try to be, very intentional about talking into the microphone. But yeah, we just wrapped up a flight from Boston to Philly, Boston to Orlando, and I don't know. I'm potentially feeling a second flight. I don't want to take more than 20-ish minutes because I want to make sure I wrap up and get ready to do something. But in theory, we could repeat the entire thing from Orlando to maybe, sheesh, what? Houston? That I think is slightly less than what we did. And I would be taking off from my 3.5. When I'm flying the Dark Star, I'm not cold and darking this thing, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. But if I go here, and let's see, Alabama, New Orleans, that would literally be about 10 minutes. Let's go to George Bush. Actually, this is a pretty big airport. I don't real I it didn't dawn on me how big this place actually is. Let's go ahead and park up at the cargo ramp. And that tells me 762 nautical miles, literal 11 minutes worth of flying time. Let's configure this aircraft to go. Weight and balance, full fuel. That's literally it. Okay, thank you, Club Class. Alright, guys, we'll do one more Dark Star flight and then I will call it. Appreciate you guys tuning in. It's been an adventurous weekend. Kind of like flying the Dark Star anyway. All right. Give me real time. Again, just check the control surfaces. And same thing, we've got the line pointed west. I'm going to go ahead and give this thing max military power, release the parking brake. And here we go. Full afterburner in 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye, Disney. See you. And nice gentle back pressure. Positive rate gear up. Way positive rate. Just crossed 5,000 feet. We've been up in the air for like, what, 30 seconds? Oh yeah, this thing's a beast. Heading 280. All right, let's go ahead and stabilize a little bit. While we do that, okay, this time I'm going to try to activate the scramjets faster. We'll get to about 30,000 feet and then start nosing the aircraft over. We won't roll inverted. We'll just try to get out of here as fast as possible. We'll try to control the climb better this time. Alright, so now, just a gentle nose over. Negative 0.1 Gs. Now we'll point it down between 10 and 20 degrees pitch. I'm looking again for about Mach 1.5 to start. And once we hit about Mach 1.5 and we get a gentle climb going, we'll start pulling back. We'll start pulling back 1.5 Gs or 2, and then we'll start to we'll hit the scramjet button. This could be tight. Concorde's way more civil than this, I'll tell you that right now. I haven't flown it, but I flew like a freeware version or something. Alright, close enough. Let's start the pull. Alright, let's see if these scramjets turn on. Okay, they didn't turn on just yet, so I think I missed my window. Unless they did. No, it doesn't look like they did. We'll go up to about 40,000 feet this time and try it again. Realistically, I need to be going faster. But now we're definitely going to have enough time, and now the scramjets should kick on automatically. So the secret sauce is basically to get the scramjet enabled, and then hit the fuel injection button before you actually pull out of your dive. This is probably going to make this dive even more interesting. Oh, the B2, wow. Come on. Give me like Mach 3, please. Okay, I think it's kicking on now. Yep, I think it just lit. Yeah, boy, here we go. Oh yeah, you can tell. Welcome to hypersonic. Oh my word. Goodness. I didn't expect to get up to 120,000 feet this fast. Talk about being shoved back in your seat. Welcome to Mach 9.4. This is a fast jet. And just like that, we are blazing past the Panhandle. Mobile is like just off in the distance there. And you can tell this thing is pushing through the air at ridiculous rates because this thing's getting hot. Just about 9.45 Mach, and we're going to nose over a little bit. Want to keep this thing around 130,000-ish feet this time. Yeah, it's literally the edge of the sky. The edge of like the effective atmospheric limits of, I'd say, most aircraft. Coming up into Alabama, and way off that way, you can already start to see New Orleans come into position. Double checking myself here. Keep trying to follow the magenta. This is pretty much fully manual. 9.5 Mach plus. Burning through the go juice. And there's New Orleans right there. Utterly crazy. We literally have just less than like 10 minutes to go, maybe 7 minutes to go to get to Houston. Yeah, I would imagine you would. I forget. There was an article a long time ago I read in either a magazine or saw like an old video on TV where literally this was like, at least a couple different aircraft. If you start talking about aircraft like the MiG-25 Foxbat and the SR-71 Blackbird, you get to a point where the typical pilot outfit is not sufficient for operating at those altitudes, which again makes it look like you're more like a spaceman flying an aircraft like that. What kind of impresses me is just the extent to which the MiG-25 Foxbat was this absolute unit of a fighter jet, and I think the service ceiling on it was somewhere between, I think it was somewhere between 60 to 80,000 feet, but I'm not sure what the performance is at the edge of the envelope. I forget. Yeah, you would essentially be an astronaut in the Blackbird. Okay, so this time we're flying west. We're going to land to the west, and as soon as I see the airport come into view on my radar, I'm probably going to nose over and slow down. I'm probably going to do that the moment this gets to 100 nautical miles, which should be in about a few seconds. There we go. Time to nose over. Nosing down till about 80,000 feet. And cut power. We'll loop around the airport because obviously we're going too fast, way too high. Slowing way down. Firefox, that's right. All right, keep nosing over. We're directly overhead the airport, which means I missed my proper descent window. But that's okay. We're below Mach 3. I feel comfortable making a turn like this, although it's probably be havoc on my internal organs. And it looks like the engines have activated, which means I'm going to go ahead and cut the scramjets because we won't need them anymore. Behind enemy lines. Interesting. Alright, so there's the airport. And what was that? About like 10 minutes, I'd say? Just about 10 minutes. Also, it looks like pretty much everyone's coming in from the west, so let me do the, proper thing here and get with the program. Let's see if everybody's going on to one runway or not. Oh, okay. Oh, of course. I remember. Behind enemy lines. Right. There was an F-16 pilot in real life that was shot down, and they had to get rescued, and they did get rescued, but there was some tension there. All right, there's the runway. Okay, we're gonna piggyback off of this E135. Movie based on reality. I get you. This is not based on reality, because I'm gonna be basically passing this guy shortly. But it's basically a fun afternoon flight, and no, I'm not going around. Okay, I believe I see the runway now. 500 feet. Still about 200 knots. That's good enough. Alright, gonna be a Navy-style landing. Flare and just let the thing land. Nice. Almost perfect center line. Excuse me, coming through. Yep, let's get it every way. And that is basically Orlando to Houston in about 11 minutes. Well, about 15. I would say landing speed for an aircraft like this is realistic. I mean, obviously I haven't flown this plane IRL and it doesn't exist, but what I'm saying is, if I'm gonna land a supersonic plane at this speed, it's going to be probably somewhere between 170 to 190 knots, and you're gonna land with your nose wheel up as long as you can. I would say. Yeah. We'll just go to the terminal area. But yeah, that's not unrealistic. Theoretically, you could mid-air refuel? I guess? You probably could. Most likely. Most likely, yeah. But the annoying thing about that would be that you'd have to come down from your stratospheric altitude, hook up with a KC-10 or KC-35, refuel, and then execute the scramjet activation maneuver, and then relight those scramjet engines, and then again wind up going back up to your your hypersonic cruising altitude. Yeah. Oh, well, that's a problem then. Hey, Honker, good to see you. Welcome aboard. We just did flight number 2 of a surprise afternoon of dark starring across the U.S. The first flight we did, we flew from Boston to Orlando, and I did a horrible job of descending. I think I descended a little too way off to the west of the airport and too late. Houston, I did too late, but at least it was manageable. Like, we looped back around, we kind of cut into traffic and landed. Obviously not the spec, but had a good time. Let's see, how fast am I going? 46? Yeah, I guess this would be hard to steer. All right, anybody else coming in? Plenty of people. Honker, you want to know something funny? I already did. Um, Last night, I decided I wanted to cross the pond in the Dark Star, and I did JFK to Heathrow in 45 minutes because I did not time my descent properly, and I literally went out to the bay east of London, and then I came in kind of like parade style and essentially just like lollygagged coming in over the bay down past downtown, and then I finally got to land, but it took literally about 45 minutes. That's for sure. Makes a change, right? I was telling people also earlier, Honker, I'm like, I don't know. The Dark Star may have ruined me for like long hauls forever because it's kind of like a kid in a candy store. Like, you get your first taste of like a candy bar, and then it's just like, well, where do you go from there? You can literally go from Boston to Orlando in 20 minutes. You can go from JFK to like Dublin in literally under a half an hour, or about a half an hour, and it's like what are you doing sitting in an A321 for like 4 hours straight to, someplace that you're trying to fly to? Like, where where do you go after that? So essentially, it's just like, exactly, like, I've it's a funny thing, but while I'm still very respectful of the legacy of the Concorde, the Dark Star just completely blows away the the speed like quotient of flying across the Atlantic Ocean. Dark Star. Interesting. Might have to check that out. Well, okay. Where do we go from here? I don't know where everybody else is going, but I think I am going to go away now. It's about 4:30, which means I'm going to start packing it in. I'm going to be hanging out with some folks in a little while, and I might see you guys back on the Twitchverse later tonight, in a different channel, maybe, maybe not. But I am going to call it a stream here. This was very fast, very fun. Let's see, one, two, three, one, two, three airports, and had a great time flying down both legs. It's amazing how quickly you can go to and from the edge of space, so to speak. If I learn how to do this even better than I do right now, this could literally become a regular thing. But as it is, it was still a blast. Oh, you got it, Club Class. A privilege having you on stream. Folks, again, thanks so much for stopping by today. Really appreciate having you guys on board for these flights. And I appreciate you guys very much. Hopefully you guys have a great night and a great week ahead. God bless you all. Much love to you. Like I like to say at the end of every stream, if you want true peace, you want the Prince of Peace, and that's Jesus Christ. Take care, my friends. I'm just going to go ahead and head out, and then catch you guys on the next stream. If I'm doing okay on time and obligations this week, I'll probably go back to doing evening dev streams, and we will see how things go. Thank you, Club Class, and thanks for stopping by, Hawker, and everybody that said hello. Again, thanks to Studio Canuck for the 44-month resub, and wishing you guys a great rest of your day. Take care, and until next time, we'll see ya.